Hey, everybody. How we all doing, huh? Good to be back. It is. Ethan, you got on a collared shirt. Whoa. How did that happen? Well, it's a PBI shirt, too. Dang, boy. And it's new. Oh, that ain't all. PBI white hat tonight, too. Yes, indeed. Oh, what are we going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to talk about this gut punch that I took. See, how do I lead up to this? It was, several weeks ago. Several weeks ago. I'm not sure how many. It seems like I want to say 5, 6, something like that. And um, I put out a video, and I I said I'm gonna send this to everybody in my contacts. Uh, and I did. Well, there's a there's a lady who is with Crrow Radio, Crrow 777 or 777 Crrow. Um, and she responded back, thanks for sending that over. And said, I've been wanting to do a show with you. Well, I took a look back through the messages, and son of a gun, it was last winter. She said that in a message. And I said, well, that would be great. We can do it live on YouTube. And that was the end of it. I never heard anything. Well, at this point, uh, conversations started getting good, and she has experienced um, oral benefits from RSO, cannabis extract, and so we had some communications back and forth, and she's feeling very excited about having me on the show, and I'm thrilled because finally somebody is going to tell my story or allow me to tell my story to a large audience because they got a reach of over 1 million, as I understand. And so I was really pumped up. And then as conversation, was going back and forth, I'd hear comments, oh, Crrow's going to love that. Crrow's going to love that. And, there's just too much information, Ethan. A 2-hour show, 1 2-hour show is not enough. I think we're going to have to do 2 2-hour shows. And so I'm getting jacked. I am. I'm feeling all right. Finally, I got somebody's going to tell my story or allow me to tell it to a large audience. And so we had a meeting set up to talk with Crrow on the 15th. And oh man, did that go south? Whoa. South, baby. I think he's scared shitless, just like everybody else. Everybody's afraid to touch me. Fucking pussies. Fucking pussies. Somewhere there's a man out there that's got some balls, that's got some testosterone, that's going to do the right thing. Somewhere, sometime. And if not, well, then I'm going to have to make the news. How are you going to do that, Ethan? Oh, I've been talking with God. God, give me a plan. Oh, this is beautiful too. Well, anyways, I'm not going to get into that right now. Now is not the time or place to be talking about that. So, anyways, Crrow's coming up with one excuse after another why not to do the show. So, one of the things that he's harping on is that there's just not enough people making RSO. And and making RSO is very dangerous, right? Very dangerous. Well, son of a bitch, what the hell isn't dangerous? I got this lighter here. I'm gonna light up a cigarette. Now that could be very dangerous. Let's say if I had flammables on my hands, or uh, there were flammable fumes. Uh, just walking can be dangerous, right? How many people get hurt? I mean, seriously hurt just from walking because they make a mistake. You know, as long as you're safe, you pay attention, you take care. Uh, Things do not have to be dangerous. Driving a car can be really dangerous, can it? But you get in the car, don't even give it a second thought most of the time, right? So, I mean, that's not flying with me at all. And, anyways, it didn't matter what I said. I'm getting nowhere with this man. He's being short, and he's. I begged. I said, I beg for a couple of minutes to address this. No, 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 no. So it's just kind of like Chief Popa here in the village of Kalkaska. I go in there to make a report, and I'm sitting there with one of his officers. He's got to come in and interrupt the interview. Tell me I'm just there to complain. Tells me that in Kalkaska there's no corruption, and in Kalkaska a judge is above the law. That just spits out of his mouth. I never said a word about a judge. I probably would have if I had gotten to the point. I had got the chance to get to that point. So, yeah, I tell you, that was a real gut punch. Oh, let's see, I got a comment here. Put my eyeballs on because my eyes is a little bit tired right now. Susan, howdy, howdy. Yeah, another thing that old Crrow was going on about was uh, he wanted to talk about um, postmaster. Well, I put out a teaching how to get recognized as a foreign national to the United States with a 2-cent stamp and the right labeling. So a little bit of paper and a 2-cent stamp, a little bit of effort, and this old boy here got himself recognized as a foreign national to the United States. How about that? Son of a gun. Does that make me postmaster? I kind of think it does. Does that mean I have diplomatic immunity? I kind of think it does. And in what jurisdiction? Federal jurisdiction. Federal jurisdiction before I even walked out the door, right? United States Post Office, United States Postal Service, internationally, Universal Postal Union, where in the county of Kalkaska, where there's no corruption, right? In the state of Michigan, how many jurisdictions? Oh, my registered document gets facilitated, just lickety split, delivered right across state lines, multiple state lines, all the way to the Arrest Reward Processing Center in Kingsland, Texas. Apparently, that's bothering Crrow. He's got a problem with that, and seems to think there's some kind of a sting operation or sting operations going. So I understand they've been pulling down some teachings that they've been putting up. Guys like Chris Hauser. Yeah. So he's all paranoid about some damn sting operations from this uh, um, from this fiction, these tyrants, and then he wants to tell me about a law class that he's got and invite me to join his law class. What a frickin' slave! What a slave! A natural man doesn't play in the fiction. A natural man owns that damn fiction. A natural man owns his authority. He doesn't walk around with his balls all shriveled up and sucking estrogen. That ain't how it works. At least not with this boy. So I got a feeling there might be a bar attorney involved over there at Crrow's place. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know, but I'm kind of getting that impression because the I'm sure the bar has made it clear, do not help Ethan, because there ain't one bar attorney anywhere in the world going to step up and take my case. And they would, oh man, they'd be beating each other down to get that. I mean, my direct losses just from the United States Patent and Trademark Office, $70 trillion direct losses on the mouthwash. That doesn't include the business that I would have built, the cannabis business I would have built around that mouthwash globally. Just the mouth rinse alone, 70 trillion. Easily calculate that. And then I got all other kind of grievances to have redressed with the county of Kalkaska. They're under a $10,000 a day fine all the way back to 2015. The state of Michigan, Michigan unemployment. Oh yeah, they're under a really stiff fine too. Oh, and I put the DEA under a constitutional class action. $100,000 a day for every man, male or female, that's in prison for marijuana, and $10 a day for every man, male or female, that's denied optimal oral health from cannabis. Oh, and there's so much more. But there ain't one of these parasitic bar members. There's not one British agent is going to touch it. Not the world over. Just ain't going to happen. And, and then we still got Dr. Shiva fresh on my mind because he's putting out all these videos about cannabis. And he's going to tell you 31 things about cannabis. He's not pro. He's not con. He's a systems guy. But you got to be careful about the THC. You got to be careful about the THC. You got to be careful about the THC. Oh, man, what a shill. What a shill. And he's getting ready to come out with a report on a periodontal study. Yeah, so he's probably got something in the works on, how to deal with the problem, and he doesn't want you to know what kind of benefits you can get from cannabis for your oral health. That's my guess. So, anyways, as the crow flies, I am digging in with resolve, and I had a good talk with the Lord. I did. I spent a lot of time. And the son of a gun, if the good Lord didn't download on me. Oh, my goodness. Got another comment here in the chat. I'm going to see who's here. Sherry Ives. Hi ho. Hoot hoot. Well, hoot hoot. I think that's what you're saying. Hi ho. Welcome. Got any questions for me, anybody? Yeah, so let's see. Another one of the problems that Crrow had with telling my story is that I had explained that there really is no standard for an RSO type extraction, and that they vary in their cannabinoid content, and that my extraction process is a full complement. And in addition to that, with degraded THCA and degraded THC, which creates your CBN, which I believe is key to gum tissue rejuvenation, in combination with the other cannabinoids. But in the industry, the typical process is just a THC strip, just a very short rinse, and leave most of the cannabinoids behind. And so, he felt that was a problem too. Even though I made it clear that it's the THC that is responsible for removing calcified oral plaques and preventing calcified oral plaques. Now, if you can remove calcified oral plaques and you can prevent calcified oral plaques, you're not going to have to suffer with gum tissue rejuvenation because of poor oral health. Now, there are other causes of gum tissue rescission. One is a genetic thing. Another one is from grinding your teeth. So, but the main cause is from poor oral health, from all that plaque, which is a breeding ground from bacteria. The plaque is actually formed from bacteria, carbohydrates, and saliva, and it causes harm. And but that's not good enough for Crrow. Nope, not good enough for Crrow. We can't talk about that on his show to an audience of over 1 million. So I think he's just scared. That's what I think. I think maybe he feels that they already got people looking at him because, as I understand it, they've taken down some teachings and talking about concerns about a sting. Well, what did Muhammad Ali say? Anybody know? Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Well, that's what this old boy's got going. I'm floating like a butterfly and I am going to sting like a bee. I'm going to bring it. Good Lord, download it on me. This is so simple and it is so brilliant. It is going to be so powerful. But of course, all you parasites out there, you're just laughing at me. You just think I'm just talking out my huska. We'll see, right? We will. So let's see. I want to talk about something else because everybody's looking for their freedom. Everybody's looking for a way. I'm going to bring that to you. Oh, it's really simple. And it's about owning your authority. It's about taking charge. And really not so difficult at all. I got to unlock this device here because I want to pull a screen up to talk about something. So I'm gonna put the link to this YouTube video in the description sometime after I get done with this video. It's not there now, but it will be before the night's over. And so I'll put my eyeballs on so I get this right. King of the Saharas, 1938, full movie. An unusual film in that it was composed of new film footage tacked onto an original film produced by M.H. Hoffman Sr. and Jr., and never released because of the collapse and merger of the Hoffman's Liberty Company into the newly formed Republic operation in mid-1935. In mid-1935. And this is an awesome movie. I'm telling you, this is an awesome movie. Why is it an awesome movie, Ethan? Well, it's about this horse, and it's about this horse's freedom. You see, there's there was a lot of, need for horses. They needed them for transportation. They needed them for work. So back in the old days, they were always rounding up the wild horses because they were cheap as free. You just go out there and get them, right? So it's better than breeding them. You just go out there and collect them, right? But this horse It didn't want to be caught. It wanted to be free. And it was very good about evading these captors that want to imprison that horse. And that's why the story is so powerful, because it is going to pull at your heartstrings. It will really, well, if you got a heart, if you've got morals, it'll really pull at your heartstrings. And the thing is, this is about a horse's freedom. That's why, in my opinion, the movie was never released. And I'm willing to bet that the original producer was attacked by the powers that be, the same way Tucker was attacked, the car maker, the same way Royal William Rife was attacked, the same way they're attacking me. They just don't want this. They just don't want good information to come to the people. They don't want you to be empowered. They don't want you to be healthy. They don't want you to be intelligent. They don't want you to have critical thinking. They don't want you challenging their tyranny and their treason that they put on you. They want you all dumbed down. They want the men full of estrogen. They want them dazed and confused and, eating popcorn and watching football and, all that kind of stuff. So that's why this movie is so damn powerful. It'll really pull at your heartstring, and it's all about freedom, and it's all about freedom for this horse. So all you people that have been so dumbed down and you're fighting, trying to figure out how to get free, and you're doing all this stuff that just isn't really effective, claiming your identity, reclaiming your identity, building assemblies, creating grand juries, sending out paperwork here and there, and you get a couple of little wins, but you got so much wasted energy that just ain't getting you where you need to go. So that's where God comes in. That's where God downloaded on me a nice plan, a simple plan, a powerful plan, and in time, I do believe I'm going to get it implemented. I do. So, in reality, I got to thank old Crrow for being such a coward. I do. I take my hat off to you, Crrow. Thank you for being such a coward. But what a shame to build me up like that. What a shame. Because that was a gut punch. I'm telling you, that was one hell of a gut punch. But it's all right, because I've suffered a lot worse, and from some real serious adversaries. So I will get that link in the description of this video so that you can enjoy that movie that they hid from you for near 100 years. Yeah. All right, everybody. I just had to come on and talk about the gut punch as the crow flies. And let's see what we got here. Speak Life. What's up, brother? Got any questions for me? Anybody got any questions? Lay them on me. All right. Well, I love y'all. Fight for y'all. And we'll be back again real soon. And we'll be bringing it. So y'all stay safe. Own your authority. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? Why aren't I president yet? Well, I'm executive emergency manager for Michigan. I am. I picked up another title today. I did, but I'm gonna keep that secret for the time being. I am. I got so many titles. I don't want to be president. I really don't. I would kind of like to retire, but I knew when I was a young man, when I was a teenager, that I would never retire. Um, and I do something. I'm always doing something. I'll be involved in something until my last breath. But I have retired from many different things. I, I'm a I'm a retired builder. Uh, I'm a retired power tool developer and power tool inventor. Uh, uh, there's a lot of things I've retired from, and I'm semi-retired from the pool hall. That's because life got in the way, and but I got this itch to get me a world title in straight pull and one pocket before I kick off. That's on my bucket list. So I just need probably a couple years to get back into stroke. I got the 10,000 hours. I got the moves and the shots and the strategies in my head. Um, I just need time to get all in stroke and just be feeling it and be out there in competition. And I love it. I do. So let's see. Wow. Then this live has just begun. Well, no, let's see. This live is 27 minutes. 27 minutes into this live. And I'm just getting ready to close it out here. And so I love y'all. I'm fighting for y'all. Y'all stay safe. The tool inventing is awesome. Yeah, that power coping saw, that was awesome. And it still ain't the market. There was 20 years of oppression and suppression from the power tool industry. I was going to kill it. I was. Uh, I would have dominated because I had licensed with two other inventors that had fantastic products for the woodworking industry. A thing called a quick cut and another thing called a cam guide, which was an attachment for a table saw that was so awesome. But I'm not going to get into all that now. You know, that's all ancient history. But that was 20 years of oppression and suppression, and it did get me a multi-million-dollar contract with True Value. I developed a power tool platform, a One Plus system, one battery, and something like 14 different tools. And so I spent the better part of 5 years over in China doing product development and underwriter laboratory listings, and I was even bestowed an underwriter laboratory lab coat. Yep, Paul Wordlaw. He I flew him over from Chicago, from Illinois, Naperville, Illinois, over to China to do the UL certification. The factory there, they had a lab. They would go through the whole process of that UL would go through, and then they would send the stuff out to UL and pay up the wazoo. And I'm thinking, I'd been doing the listings in Naperville, and I had done a few listings on a couple of power tools before I got this contract with True Value, and so I realized I could save that factory a ton of money and fly the man from Naperville over to China and fly him back and save them a ton of money. And we got all the testing done on all those tools in I think 3 days. And when it was all done, I said to Paul, I said, I'd really like to have one of them lab coats. He took off his lab coat, handed it to me, said, "You earned it." Yeah, so that's a little trophy for me. And let's see, do we have a question or just comment? Would love to talk to you more on this. Modern day. Well, thank you. I'd be happy to talk. I did a lot of talking today. I did more talking today before the sun went down than I typically do in a week. Boy, God, he downloaded on me. He did. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to sign off here. Love you all. Stay safe. Own your authority. Be good to yourself. Stay healthy. I'll be back soon.